Now move on. Our next company that will be presenting is Payload, and Jordan will be sharing their innovation. So go ahead, Jordan.
Okay, thanks, Daniel. Hopefully everyone can see that PowerPoint that's just popped up. Yep, perfect. Okay, so yeah, thanks, Daniel. I'm Jordan Saib. I'm the Client Experience Manager here at Payload, and today I'm going to talk to you about our e-ticket plus TDG integration and how it impacts your business. So a little bit upfront about Payload. Easy to use cloud-based solution for digitizing field tickets and shipping manifests, including TDG documentation, which we'll talk about today. So the connection between our products is what I'm going to be focusing on. And we have two products right now, e-ticket, which handles the field ticketing side, and e-manifest, which handles the manifesting and regulatory side. And this product I'm talking about today kind of unites those two into a platform, which is a big step for us. So what does this connection solve? What does this product solve? Other than the intrinsic problems that any digitization solves, like paper costs, product misclassification, which is a big piece of feedback, and the manual effort involved with building these forms by hand or even just digitally having to build these forms, we remove a lot of that. But the key things we're targeting here is that there's a disconnect in the regulations between what is happening according to the regulations, what they want, and what actually happens in the field. And producers are ultimately accountable for TDG documentation, but we see a lot that transporters are actually filling out this documentation. So this product allows producers to bring that back in-house, bring that control and oversight back to their side and get things in line with regulations. And an added benefit is now people can participate using this solution in Transport Canada's TDG paperless pilot, which is verifying whether digital documentation is as safe or safer than paper. So it's an exciting product thing that Transport Canada is running right now. So I'm going to take you through the process high level first, and I'll run you through the flow of how the app actually works. So three main things here. Orders are kind of the first step. It's basically think of it as a work order. It's made by the producer or generator and sent to the transporter to execute on. The field tickets are built off those orders. They are started by drivers who are assigned to specific orders by their transporter admins. And that's basically an activity log of what they're doing to fulfill said order. And then the TDG information comes in after that based on, stuff from the order, information from the field ticket, and then it'll be done once the TDG form becomes relevant post them picking up their product, them being the driver. So in terms of the actual flow of this app itself, this is our mobile app view here. You see a driver doing a pickup event, filling in the relevant information, both for capturing information for their clients and for their TDG form they're going to auto-generate here. Once they finish filling out this information, what you'll see next is this read-only TDG form be auto-generated by the system. And it comes up like this on their phone. It's automatically signed for them, so it's no touch by the drivers. The drivers will see only forms relevant to them. The great thing about this is there's an online and offline capability, so you're fully in compliance no matter where you are in the field. And a redundant piece of this, which is part of the requirements of the paperless pilot, is there's a web portal for first responders, dispatch, law enforcement to access in case the driver is otherwise incapacitated, their phone's broken, whatever. There's multiple ways for first responders to get this form, because really that's what TDG is all about, make sure those first responders are safe if there's ever an emergency. And then continuing the flow here, the form automatically updates as the driver goes through their trip. So now you're seeing a delivered form. You see that the status has changed to delivered, and it's harder to see on here, but the total quantity gets crossed out and the residue last contained actually gets checked, fully in line with regulations. So everything's still in compliance even post-trip. And then the last part is the forms are digitally distributed automatically to the transporter and receiver offices. So everyone has their up-to-date information, and it's kept for 2 years digitally. So no more having stacks of paper in some forgotten corner of your office. One other thing I wanted to touch on here, an additional benefit to digitizing is reporting. And I think that gets lost a little bit in the rush to digitize the functionality. So the ability to aggregate data in one place, to drill down into problems, to have overview of activity that's accessible from a number of levels is very important to any operation. So the impacts to your business. Since this is fully customizable to your business and the implementation is very easy, you see these impacts right away. You have reduced costs, administrative and storage, reduced human error, increased accuracy of data. You're standardizing your process, which everyone is trying to do these days. And you're also enhancing your decision making through that data analytics and the quick access to that data. And just that last point there, everyone's talking about ESG these days. Even just something as simple as eliminating the paper from the process satisfies the E in that ESG. So I went slightly over, 20 seconds over, but any questions, feel free.
Okay, well, if we have some questions, we'll field them after.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much, Jordan.